Hello everyone, thank you for joining us and welcome to today's webinar, which is for our Buitelaar rare earths. So my name is Owen Maloney, I'm Head of Member Experience here at HerdWatch, and I'm joined today by Chris Good, who's the subject matter expert here at HerdWatch as well. Thanks for joining us there, Chris. How are you keeping?
Not too bad, no, thanks, Owen.
So today myself and Chris are going to spend some time showcasing the HerdWatch app to everybody watching, particularly how to record your weights and how to record your medicines and treatment records in HerdWatch. If you've ever been on any of our webinars before, they're interactive. So if you do have any questions or queries you'd like to ask myself or Chris in relation to how to use the app or anything HerdWatch related in terms of getting yourself set up, feel free to just use the chat facility there. You can pop us in a question or query, and we'll try and answer them throughout the webinar. And we are going to leave a couple of minutes as well at the end of today's session to answer any questions or queries. Today's session in total should take no more than between 20 to 30 minutes to go through everything. So we're not going to keep you for too long, but we'll certainly try and cover everything and answer any questions or queries that you might have. Before we do get started, I know a lot of people maybe watching or joining us today are pretty new to HerdWatch or are not maybe even fully set up at this stage. But just to very quickly tell you about HerdWatch and what it is we do and our benefits. HerdWatch is just a very simple and easy to use solution which allows you to reduce your farm paperwork, but also allows you to make better decisions on your farm in real time. So with HerdWatch, when something happens on your farm, you can take out your phone out of your pocket, pop into the HerdWatch app and record that event on the spot, cover yourself for your compliance and farm quality assurance, and just have access to all your information at the touch of a button or at your fingertips. So as I said at the start, over the next 20 to 30 minutes, what are we going to be covering? So I'm going to hand over to Chris in a minute or so. He's going to just walk you through the actual getting set up process in HerdWatch, everything that's involved in getting yourself fully set up and fully up and running and using the HerdWatch app. We're then going to actually share our screens and show you the HerdWatch app itself. We're going to focus in around how to record your medicines, how to put in a medicine purchase, how to create treatment records, and everything associated with those. We're also going to show you how to record your weights in HerdWatch and how quick and easy that is to do, so that you can see your average daily gains, etc., for all your animals. And as I said as well a minute ago, we are going to leave some time at the end for questions or queries, but obviously feel free to pop them in anytime. And if it's in the middle of a demo, myself and Chris can certainly, take those questions then and show you how to maybe do things that you're asking. So feel free to pop in those questions and we'll get to as many as we can. Chris, I want to hand over to you there now for a minute, if that's okay. I know you've been in touch with a lot of the lads that are in attendance here today. So maybe to just give people a quick overview on how to get fully set up on HerdWatch.
Perfect, thanks, Owen. So I've been in contact with some users there in the last couple of days, and just in order to get the accounts created with ourselves. So the initial steps will be, say, getting the account created, and we do the onboarding process where we'd say get the app downloaded from your app store. So HerdWatch is available from the Android and Apple app stores, and you can have it on your tablet, your mobile phone, or your PC. So initially, when we get the app downloaded, we'll have your account created on our site. So we'll give you the login details in order to access the account. With that, then we'll guide you through the different steps of the HerdWatch app. So the different areas. Now, Owen and myself will be covering that in the next slide on the two main areas that you'll be using. In order to get the animals downloaded into your app, we need to sync with BCMS, and that's done by using your CTS user ID and password. Now, some of these details you may not have these details, and some farms have them to hand, but if you've never used the software provider before, they're very easy to get. Two different ways that you can get these details is either by contacting BCMS directly and requesting them, or we can do that here for you at HerdWatch. We have a permission form that we can submit to BCMS for you, and say they will post out the details to you within a couple of days. And it's a 9-digit code and a password, and the password is a combination of capital letters and numbers. And once that's inputted, we're able to download your animals into the app. The data access form, that's looked after with Buitelaar. So you will be dealing with Gabby or Joanne or one of the girls say in relation to your data access form, that'll just have to be forwarded back to them directly. And today then, say in the webinar, we're going to cover off the different areas within the app that you'll be using.
Lovely, thanks, Chris. Just I suppose it's important to point out as well, Chris, just in relation to the herd sync, that the details that the farmers need to request are slightly different to their normal BCMS login. I know that can be confusing at times. So as Chris said a minute ago, it's a 9-digit web service ID and a password, and that you need to get requested from BCMS directly. And it is different to your normal BCMS login credentials or login details. It's just for using farm software. So I know Chris and myself have been in touch with a lot of people over the last week or so, and we're going to continue to make calls and help you to get set up. So if you're not sure on anything that we've discussed there, feel free to stick it into the chat, or when you hear from myself or Chris, we'll certainly do everything we can to help you get going. I suppose at this point, Chris, I am just going to pop over into the app itself and maybe just start the actual demoing process, just to show how easy it is to record the farm events, the likes of your we'll focus on medicines first, and then obviously the weights. So first thing is this is the HerdWatch app. So once we get your account fully created and downloaded onto your devices, get you signed in, and obviously get your herd synced with BCMS, you're going to be able to see this screen for yourself. It's going to bring down all your livestock, all your animals details directly from BCMS into the app, and keep everything up to date for you from a herd regulator perspective. On the home screen, you can see it'll tell you how many animals you currently have in your herd, and you can actually click on this to display the full tag numbers and animals information for all the animals within your herd. You can see as I scroll here, it shows me all the animals that are in this particular herd. I can just click into any individual animal to see more details on that particular animal. So full tag number, date of birth, etc. And as you start using the app, if you're using, medicines and weights, the history will start building up. You'll be able to see all the records that you've recorded for animals over time, progeny as well, if you were registering calves. So that's the way the app will work. It's very simple, very easy and straightforward to use in terms of navigating and finding your animals and seeing what's been recorded for your animals. I just clicked on home here to bring me back to the home screen. So the key aspect of using the HerdWatch app, whenever you want to do anything new, I suppose your start point is always going to be in the bottom right hand corner. We have this little orange button with a white plus on it. So we consider that our action button or our do something button. So whenever you want to do something new, if you start here, it's going to be your first place to go. So once I click on this button, it brings up what we call our action drawer, where you can select exactly what it is that you want to do. So if you want to record a cattle treatment or medicine or anything around creating groups or breeding events, it's all for you inside in the action drawer once you click on your plus button. For today's demo, focusing in on medicines and medicines recording. So the way the app works in terms of medicines, to record cattle treatments, you first of all have to do your medicine purchases. So you have to have medicines inside in your cabinet in HerdWatch to be able to create treatment records. So the first thing I'm going to do here is select medicine purchase. And I'm going to put in a purchase today for some hen and strep. So you can see at the very start, all my medicines were listed for me here. And as I started typing the name of the medicine at the top, it filters down the medicine list to find the exact medicine that you're looking for. I suppose a little tip that we have as well, if you're using HerdWatch on your mobile phone, there is a scan option here. If you were to select this, you can actually scan the barcode or the QR code on the medicine, the box or the bottle itself, and it should put in a lot of the details of the medicine for you automatically. But just for today's demo, we're just actually going to go the normal route, pop in the name of the medicine and find it in the list. Once you're happy you found your medicine, you just click on it to select it to say, yes, this is the medicine I'm after purchasing. And you can fill out all the details that are required for your compliance or your farm quality assurance inspection within here then as part of the medicine purchase record. So by default, today's date is selected. So if it is something that you've done in the past couple of days or in the past couple of weeks, you can just click into your date selector and change your date back to whenever it actually was that you purchased the medicine. So if it's something you've done a week or two ago, you can change your date of purchase back. Part of the purchase record is you need to select, the amount of the medicine that you bought, where you bought it, and if there's any applicable withdrawal periods for the medicine as well. So this particular medicine is a bottle that we bought, so I'm going to select milliliters, and just for today's demo, I'm going to put in that was 500 mils. As you start using the app, you can obviously add in all your contacts, your suppliers, where you buy medicines, maybe where you buy meal and feed, or your vet details as well can all be added in here via the plus button. I'm just going to say that I bought this particular medicine off my vet, but you can add in as many suppliers as you like once you get set up on the app, and it's something that myself and Chris can certainly show you as part of the onboarding process. If you're group dosing or given a batch of animals the same amount of the medicine or treatment, rather than having to do it on an individual basis, if you know they're all getting the same amount, you can select that here and have that put in as well for any time that you use the medicine. And then the last thing we're going to show you is obviously very important is your withdrawal period. So especially for beef farmers, it's going to be important that you enter in your meat withdrawal periods. Just to note as well that this is a one-time for each medicine. So if I was to do another purchase of pen strip again next week, it'll remember the withdrawal periods for me. So I only have to put in the withdrawal periods one time on each medicine, and it's remembered then going forward. So I'll just pop in a 7-day withdrawal period here. And if it is a prescription medicine, you can obviously select the vet that you bought the medicine or got the medicine off. I need to fill in the batch number as well. Apologies. So you need to pop in your batch number for your quality assurance and the expiry date as well. So it's generally going to be probably in 12 months' time. So if I just select 4th of August 2022 and save. So you can see the way when I try to save it without the batch number and expiry date, I got a prompt to say I need to select these areas for my compliance. So it won't let me actually save the medicine without putting those details. And once I do, I can save it away. So that's my bottle of pen strip recorded and put into the app, and now is ready to be used on animals if needs be. So once I click home, I can go to compliance just to see where exactly it is. Within compliance, I have a medicine and treatments tile or icon. I can click in here, and you can now see in my cabinet, I have 500 mils of pen and strip. Chris, I might just get you to maybe talk people through how to use the actual pen and strip now to record a treatment record, if that's okay.
Yep, no problem. So as Owen was saying earlier on, most of your areas will be navigated through the orange plus button there in the bottom right hand corner. So if you select the orange plus button there on, your cattle treatments option will be right beside your medicine cabinet. So once you select that option, your list of treatments and medicines that are available in your cabinet will display here. So you can click into pen strip.
So obviously the pen strip is showing now because we've done our purchase. So a couple of minutes ago, if I had selected the cattle treatment, I wouldn't have been able to select pen strip because it obviously wasn't purchased.
So the fields will show here now. So you can enter your date you administered it, administer the treatment. So Owen put in the purchase there, as far as I know, for back the 22nd of July. So you can see here, it won't allow you to go back prior to that date of purchase. So you can put in the date, you can put it in as the date of the purchase, or you can put it any day after. The next section is your course. So your course, your treatment. It's just a drop down. So if you select the drop down, it'll give you the option of your different days.
So this is obviously, Chris, then if you're giving an animal maybe 20 cc's or 20 ml of a particular medicine for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days consecutively, instead of having to record a treatment every single day, you can just select the course and it'll actually deduct the full amount and record the treatment for all 3, 4, or 5 days or whatever is applicable.
That's it. So you can just select your administered by the vet. And then your dose per animal per day will come in directly from your purchase. But if you want to alter it, you have the option to alter it here as well.
Yeah. So it wasn't 10 mil, if it turned out to be 5.
Yep. Your withdrawals would have come across then from your purchase as well.
Yeah.
And then your treatment reason is another option here. So if you select on treatment reason, a full list of your different options will come up here.
Yeah. So if it was anything from dehorning or any sort of vaccination, I'll just pick something random here just to show it. So that will select your treatment reason for you, and that will be added to your reports as well.
Perfect. So when you select next, it brings up a full list for your herd. So all the animals in your herd, so the 106 animals will show in a full list here, but you also have the option to break it down. So you can search using the magnifying glass in the top right hand corner by the tag number, and then by selecting on the animal, it'll show an orange tick, and you'll see on the bottom then you've how many animals have been selected. Another option then to filter down your animals is to select the filter option, or else in groups if you've already set up a group of animals. So you can see here we created a Buitelaar beef group of 20 animals. So these 20 animals can be selected individually or by option of selecting all, and all the animals from that group will come in onto that treatment. So if you select save, that's the treatment recorded to each animal's individual profile then.
Yeah. So once you've saved the treatment, as Chris was saying, there is an option here to view the 20 animals that have been selected on the treatment. And there's obviously even an option here to drill into each individual animal. That redirects you to the animal's full profile. And as I said at the very start, when you click into history, you can now see that this animal's, all its history is there. So part of the Buitelaar beef group, and here's the treatment record that we recorded today for last week for that animal as well. So anytime you record something for each individual animal, it'll show there for you. So you can quickly see what's been recorded for every single animal. Helps you to make decisions as well. So that's essentially the nuts and bolts of how to record your medicines, how to record your treatment records in HerdWatch as well. There's a question there, actually, Chris, we might cover it off here. I think it's come in from Mary. So thanks for your question, Mary. So can you write down your own illness description? You can indeed, Mary. Yeah. Sorry, I should have maybe showed that while we were actually recording at the time. I didn't see it at the time. So and it's actually a good question as well, because if you've recorded something and you have it saved and you maybe left something out and you want to go back, it's very easy to do that. So you can just go into compliance, medicines and treatments, and instead of your cabinet, you can actually click in here to treatments. It shows you all the list of all the treatments you've recorded. Our pen and strip is at the top, so I can just select that. And on any task or record that you've created, you'll always have the three dots in the top right hand corner. When you select this, it gives you an option to edit, where you can go back in and change something about what you've recorded. So for argument's sake, Mary, if you selected the wrong treatment reason here, you can change it to something else. But you do also have a notes field here where you can put in any unique information that you want as well on the particular treatment. If there was a reason outside of that why you were treating the animals or giving the medicine to the animals, you can select it in here. There's other options here as well, like your costs, if there's a vet call out, everything that you need to record is there as optional as well. But your notes field is the place to go there, Mary, to write down your own illness description. So I hope that answers your question. You can just go back then next and resave it again, and that will update the treatment record with any additional information that you've added to it. So yeah, as I said, that's kind of the process for your medicines recording, your treatments recording, and that can obviously be done on a group and individual basis very quickly and very, very easily. The second thing we were going to focus on demoing today, myself and Chris, is the weights. So within the HerdWatch app, the weights lives within what we call a performance tile. So when you click in here, you'll see that you have an option for weights. And just going back to the start again, to add new weights, you're going to click on your orange plus button and add a new weight record. So very similar to any other task that you're recording in HerdWatch, the first thing the app is going to look for is, okay, what date did this particular event happen on? So by default, today's date is always going to be in there. But if it's something, as I done previously, if you recorded the weights yesterday or a week ago and you just haven't got around to doing it, you can also change your dates back and you can just select the date that it happened on. And then you can select who actually recorded the weight. So in terms of your operators, if they're not here, as I was showing you earlier, you can very quickly just pop in. I'll just put you in here, Chris, and you can save. And it'll add Chris to the perform by here straight away for you. Do you want to maybe take over from here, Chris, in terms of the actual weight?
Yeah, no problem on.
So I'll just select next.
So you have the full option here as well. So say if you were going to input the weight recording for the 20 animals that we've just treated, you can follow the same procedures here by searching the animals individually, but the handiest way of doing it is selecting into the group. So once you open up the group, the 20 tag numbers will come up with the option to input the weight beside them. So once a weight is inputted, you'll see here just below the tag number, the live weight and the average daily gain will display underneath the tag number for you. So it's a handy indication for you when you're inputting the weights and how your animals are performing.
We're just popping a couple of weights here just to give you an idea exactly what it looks like. So you can keep going down along as your animals are on the weighing scales, pop in the weights as they run through, and then just save it. Just to point out as well, as Chris was saying earlier on, when you're searching for your animals, if there's a particular animals on the scale, you can search for them here as well, and you can pop in the weight very, very quickly, put in your 900. And you can see that there's 4 animals in total here. So once you're happy enough that is done, you can save. And as Chris said, that gives you your average, your live weight, gives you your average daily gain as well for each of those animals. So every time we record them, it'll update the average daily gain. So a couple of questions after coming in here, Chris, as well.
Yep.
We covered them off, one from Joe, one from Paul. Joe was asking just in relation to the treatment reasons. So thanks for that, Joe. I'll certainly will double check that. And if those treatment reasons are not there, if you can't find them in the drop-down list, Joe, what I suggest you do is what I was saying to Mary, is maybe just pop it in to the notes area at the bottom, but we'll certainly get onto the product team straight away and just give them those 1 or 2 that you were saying there that might not be showing up for you. So we'll double check that, make sure they're there. If they're not there, we'll let the team know straight away. So thanks a million for that, Joe. And then just on Paul was asking, can you connect the app to the weigh head so you don't have to input the weights? Not at the moment, Paul, right now, but we are working, obviously, our product and technology team are working to integrate with third parties and weigh heads. So we're hoping that will be something we'll be able to add pretty soon. We are also working on adding in some previous weights, I think, for some of the Buitelaar animals as well. So when we get your animals synced in and stuff, we should be able to get some previous information in there. So, Chris, anything you want to add to?
There's just another point there on, just in relation to the withdrawals, being able to, the easy way of being able to track them, say through the watchboard. It's a handy point to note. So the watchboard here down on the bottom column, whenever a treatment is input against an animal, now there's no withdrawal showing here at the moment because there's no animals in the herd within the withdrawal period, but you will be able to track any of the animals.
So let's maybe just edit that treatment again, Chris, okay?
Yep, no problem.
So if I go to our Pro Pen strip, that was used on the 23rd of the 7th, so that obviously means it expired on the start of August. So if I even change the treatment date from the 23rd to today, I should recalculate our watchboard for us. It can take a few seconds. Joe's just back onto us again. Yeah, thanks again, Joe, for that. Like I said, I'll make sure and let the guys know straight away following the webinar, just in relation to the treatment reasons. So just to pop back into the watchboard, you can now see, as Chris was saying, that the animals in withdrawal is now populated. So you can click in here, and this is something you can check each day to see, is there any animals that are currently in withdrawal if you're thinking of sending animals off to your abattoirs or to factories. So you can quickly click in here and it'll tell you the end of the animal's tag number and when the withdrawal period actually ends, and the treatment date as well. So treated on the 4th, withdrawal ends on the 11th. Anything else, Chris, that you want to pop in around the weight recording or the treatment records?
Not from my end, Owen. Just a question came through there in relation to a replay for some users. So if you're looking to watch back on the webinar, it will be available for replay there tomorrow. Yeah.
So even if you missed the start of today's session, or if you want to watch it back, everybody will get an email tomorrow with the full replay. Look, as always, myself and Chris, I know we said it at the start, we will be reaching out and trying to get in touch with everybody again over the next couple of days to help you get going. Paul was just saying he has some bad signal. So if you want to even maybe drop us a message, Paul, and suggest a time that might suit you, we're probably trying to call you maybe at times that don't suit. So we can certainly try and reach out again at a more suitable time if that's better for you.
Just a question in from Sally there, Owen, in relation to groups. How do I create a group, or how do I put a group of calves?
Very good question, Sally. Yeah. So you obviously seen that we had some pre-created groups in here. So if you wanted to create a brand new group inside in the app for, say, your calves or for yearlings or whatever group of animals you want, Sally, very easy to do. So as Chris was saying, always start with your orange plus button. It's going to open your action drawer, and you can see that one of the options here is create group. Now, if you don't see your option on the first screen, you can obviously navigate across and it'll give you all the other options of stuff that you can do, including your movements, etc. So I just go create group. You can give the group whatever name or title you want. I know you were saying calves, and you can just select next. That brings you into your whole herd list. And what we suggest you do at this point, Sally, is use the filters to find the animals that you want to add to the group. Now, I know I call this group 2021 calves, but I actually don't think there's any 2021 born animals in this particular herd. It's just a little test herd. But I'll use the filters just to show you how that would work. So if you go from, you can use your ages. You can go from, 36 to 60 months. Let's just see, is there anything here? Show results, and you can see most of the animals are actually pretty old in this group. So if I just go from 100, I know it's not a great example, just delete to show how the filters work. There's 47, and I can select all those animals if I wanted to add them to that group and save it, Mary, or if there was a few you wanted to leave out, you can obviously just deselect as you go and just save. And if I go home, click into my herd list, and then I have my groups tab at the top. You'll now see that there's a new group, 2021 calves, or whatever you call your groups, with the animals contained within.
And just another section there on in relation to smart lists. If a user clicks into the smart list section, these are pre-populated groups by HerdWatch. So they're handy if you want to break down to animals between 0 to 6 months, 6 to 12, male only, female only. All these groups will be available to you as well.
Yeah. Okay. So the smart lists are really, really handy. And what you can do as well, they have the star here at the right-hand side. So if there's a particular group that, you click into an awful lot, that's maybe a little bit far down, you can, you're fattening animals. And if I go back here now and back into smart lists, fattening will be saved at the top for you. So it just saves the view at the very top, so you can access it very, very quickly. A few other questions here, I think, Chris. So, So Mary's asking, are the weights that come into our farm logged against their ear tag on HerdWatch? So at the moment, Mary, what you would have to do is every time you weigh the animals, you'd have to go through the process of recording the weights, as me and Chris just showed. It is very quick and easy to do. We are in the process of trying to integrate with the weigh heads, but it's not quite there at the moment. So until that is there, you'll have to go through the normal weight recording process. But you can see yourself how quick and easy it was to do, and that will give you obviously the information in terms of your live weight, your average daily, etc.
Sorry, Owen, do you mind if I just jump in there?
Absolutely, yeah. How are you, Gabby? Thanks for
good, thanks, good. Hi. Sorry, Mary, just coming back to you on that. Owen is dead right, that's how it operates at the minute. However, we are currently working to have all of those weights uploaded automatically for you. So intake weights will be on the system it's going to be about 24 hours after the calves come in, as soon as they're synced with BCMS, basically. But we are working towards that. Sorry, Owen.
Thanks for that information, Gabby.
You there, but that is happening in the background. So that will be happening in the short term.
Brilliant. Thanks, Gabby. So hopefully that answers your question, Mary, in terms of the weights. Ourselves on the HerdWatch side, and obviously Gabby and the team on Buitelaar side we're working hard to have as much information and detail as possible in there for when you guys are fully set up and ready to go. That when you record your next weight, it'll be picking the calculating your average gains from the most previous weight as well. So it should be very, very accurate information. And Chris, there's just a question there from Paul as well. Maybe do you want to take that one?
Yep. So it's just in relation to using the app offline. So you'll be able to use the app. Say if your farm is out of signal, you can work away on the app. But as soon as you come into connectivity, if you open your app and you select the 3 lines in the top right or left-hand corner and do a backup and sync, that'll update with our cloud system. So then your records will be safe and up to date with HerdWatch. So you can use the app offline.
Perfect. Thanks for that. We're just about coming up on time now, everyone. So if there's any last maybe questions or queries for Chris or myself, or obviously Gabby is in the background there as well, if she can answer any questions that you might have. Let me just keep an eye on it, Chris. So I might just pop back over to our slides. So yeah, look, I suppose we're at the end of today's webinar. So just thank you everybody for taking the time to join us and catch up with us today. My name is Owen. Chris was with me. So look, we are going to be reaching out and trying to make contact with everybody again over the coming days to help you get set up, to answer any questions or queries that you might have, to obviously help you to get your herd synced and get the app downloaded and get you signed in. So any help that you need, Chris and myself are here. You know, you can give us a call yourself, or you can use the message center in the app. You can just pop us a little message yourself, and myself or Chris or one of the team, one of our support team will certainly reach out and help you to get going. So don't be afraid to kind of get in touch if you have any questions or queries that we didn't manage to cover maybe today. Maybe a good idea as well is, if you have some time, you can head over to both our website and our YouTube channel. Have some really good videos and tutorial videos especially, and some previous webinars which cover, you know, using all areas and aspects of the app, including, you know, the weights and the medicines that we cover today. So if you're looking for a more in-depth coverage on everything the app can do and provide, there's so many helpful videos over. Probably our YouTube channel is your best place to go to. There is some really good guides as well, and user guides and help articles on our website too. You can see our phone number there. It's 020-377-32763. If you want to maybe save that on your phone or give us a call, and you can drop us an email either. But as I said, Chris and myself are going to continue to help you get set up over the next coming days. So we will be making contact as well. Anything else, Chris, before we drop off?
Just another question in their own in relation to the cattle treatments and weights. Just the users just having issue getting access to them. But Fran, okay, I can contact you directly after the webinar. I get that sorted for you. Yeah,
thanks, Chris. Thanks, Fran. Yeah, Chris will give you a call or reach out there ASAP after this.
And if anyone don't hesitate to give the number a call and ask for myself at any stage, and I'll certainly be able to look after you.
Yeah, lovely. Thanks, Chris. Gabby, I know you're on mute there, but is there anything from your end that we didn't cover, or anything you'd like to add before we drop off?
No. I think that's everything. As you said earlier, Owen, if anybody has any questions, obviously Chris and Owen are always available. Otherwise, Joanne, Hannah, and the team are on hand to answer any questions. Just really appreciative of everybody coming on. It's a busy time of year, but I think this is a great move for us all, and hopefully it'll make lives a lot easier. So that's it from me. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Gabby. Once again, thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you all again soon. I'm sure we'll probably do another webinar at some stage to help everybody again. But you know where we are if you need us, and like Chris and myself will be in touch. So take care. Hopefully everything on the farm is going well, and we'll speak very soon. Thanks very much.
Thank you.